And we're back with another episode of the Lakers Fast Break podcast. It's Gerald Glassford coming right back at you here from Lakers Fast Break, Pop Culture Cosmos, where we cover the latest news and trends in pop culture each and every week, twice a week, wherever you get your podcasts. I'm going to go ahead and mention that Melinda and I just dropped an episode earlier today where we cover what's going on with Netflix's three-body problem. Also, as well, we go into detail on Ghostbusters, Frozen Empire, and more. Lots of video games coming out and a ton of things going on in the world of pop culture and a new James Bond. We cover it all for you on this latest episode of the Pop Culture Cosmos, aka the PC Multiverse, right on the Pop Culture Cosmos channel on YouTube and wherever you get your podcasts. Plus also as well, of course, Inside Sports Fantasy Football. We just dropped an episode. I was hoping Joe would be a part of it, but with his new background looking snazzy there, he wasn't. It was me and Chris Ardieri breaking down NFL free agency and how it affects you out there as far as your fantasy football. So go ahead and check it out. What Chris and I were saying on, of course, Inside Sports Fantasy Football. There's Joe right there. Go ahead and make sure you check him out at, of course, Ox1947 at LakersBall.com. Plus, he has a company you need to support today, Simblades. Simblades with a Y.com. And in less than an hour at 11 p.m. Pacific, he is going to cap off the evening with Lakers Nightcap with Joe Soros. So go ahead and check it out right there for you as well, right here on the Lakers Fast Break podcast. Also, as well, I want to give a big shout out to the Lakerholics. Hopefully, they'll be on this weekend. JB Sweet and Laker Tom, Lakerholics.com. Daniel Barry Sports Highlights. Yo, at the game, he is, you know what? I think you're their lucky charm, Daniel. That's 2 times you've been there this week. That's 2 wins for the Lakers. Keep at it, my friend. Daniel Barry Sports Highlights. Also, as well, John McCalian, John Costas, Lakers Corner Clutch Talk. Go ahead and check out his episode on this channel and check out his great channels, plus also as well, Empire, Jeff TV, and Lakers in 5. Support all those great channels the same way you do ours. Hopefully you do. Like, share, follow, subscribe, do whatever it is that you can support us right here at the Lakers Fast Break by doing so you get the latest notifications on when we go live on the air with the latest Lakers Fast Break podcast. So Friday night, another crucial game for the Lakers as they are running out of home games to play at the Crypt, but one of their final home games of the season is against the Philadelphia 76ers, the Joel Embiid-less Philadelphia 76ers, who've been struggling ever since he went out of the lineup. And with that lack of interior power and presence, it seemed like it was going to be an easy victory, especially with 3 days of rest, correct? Not for the Lakers. They made it difficult on themselves in a back and forth game, partly because the Lakers kept turning the ball over. They kept giving the ball away with too many turnovers, 21-8 in the turnovers, and that's not the number you really want to lead in the game. LeBron James had 8 turnovers. D'Angelo Russell had 5 turnovers. Yeah, very ugly game, very sloppy game for the Lakers, and a game that showed that they didn't spend those 3 days off very well for the first 3 quarters, but in the fourth quarter, they finally realized that, hey, the Lakers are playing against a team without their best player in Joel Embiid, and finally started to go ahead and cut more to the basket, take more sound shots, finally started to get the passing a little bit better, and the Lakers did pull out at the very end as far as getting a nice little lead, a little cushion. They tried very hard at the very end of that last minute to give the ball away a couple more times and bring it closer, but the Lakers do pull it out with some free throws. 101-94. They're now 38-32 on the season, and with the loss tonight for Golden State against Indiana, the Lakers are now a game and a half in front of the Golden State Warriors, 9th place in the Western Conference. They're still 2.5 games behind the Sacramento Kings, but as we've talked about before, they're 3 games back in the loss column, and you might as well make that another game because of the fact that they lost the tiebreaker against the Sacramento Kings. So pretty much resigning ourselves with 12 games to go for 9th place in the Western Conference. And here today to discuss today's game, a sloppy, let's review it one more time fest. Once again, Good man indeed. He is the owner of Simblades, simblades.com. And of course, you know him as Ox9247 at LakersBall.com. It is Joe Soro. Joe with the new fancy schmancy background right there for you. The big L for Lakers. Looking good, my friend. Your thoughts on the game today? I know you got really irritated at the end and you had to leave our playback.tv live coverage there, but still, a win's a win, no matter how bad, sloppy, or ugly it looked, Joe.
Yeah, the Sixers were able to implement some trap defense at the beginning. It got the Lakers out of their rhythm, if you can call it that. But talent won tonight. Talent is what wins these kind of games usually. The Sixers did what they do best, and that's just shoot threes all day. And that's pretty much half of the NBA anyways, more than half. It was an NBA product that was about as gutter trash as you could get. And I have to blame myself for mentally jinxing it. I remember looking at it at 9:45 Pacific Standard Time. There was a couple minutes left in the game. And in my mind, I'm thinking, wow, this game's going to take 2 hours. Yeah, I spoke too soon to myself. All of a sudden, the last 2 minutes took 15 freaking minutes to finish because NBA referees don't or can't tell when a shot is thrown before the shot clock is off. We have to review every single play now so that asshole media people don't come after them for not knowing 1 nanosecond of something, right? And then what happens to that is we compound it with 15 minutes of reviews that jacks up the entire flow of any game. And this is the product. This is the garbage that you're watching. The NBA is trash. This is not Old Man River in his yard. This is trash. Just play the goddamn game. It's okay. It's a game in March. If the Sixers mattered, if the Lakers mattered right now, okay, it doesn't matter. None of these guys are going to win a championship. So what are you wasting our time for with all this garbage? Which was a terrible game, by the way. This game made me want to tranquilize my face just so I didn't have to watch it. I mean, seriously, what the hell was this? 3 days off? This is the product you produce? You might as well have just sat LeBron at this point. I did see some good things from LeBron when he goes to the basket. That's about it. AD did what he does. But other than that, watching Cam Reddish try to attempt to be an NBA player was hard to watch. Max Christie trying to attempt to play basketball was hard to watch. Watching the Lakers try to attempt to run an offensive scheme, set, whatever you want to call it, was hard to watch. And then I had to watch the Philadelphia 76ers try to play like a NBA team as well. It was a very, very difficult game to watch on a Friday night, I got to admit. But win's a win, yes. And, of course, Golden State loses, which means the Lakers get closer and closer to that first play-in game at home. Yeah. Yes. I can't wait. So, yeah, that's what we got to look forward to. So that's where I'm at on that.
Robert, the beacon of optimism, still thinks the Lakers can still win the championship. All right. You keep at it, my friend. That optimism is welcomed here. We can't share that optimism with you, but at least we admire the optimism that you have. But once again, it is the Lakers. They win tonight in a very, as Joe said, ugly game. Tonight, it was just not satisfying at all to watch, and I had to sit through it with everyone else, but truly appreciate you doing so. 101-94, and here today to talk about today's absolutely tantalizing game, and unfortunately, just not the way Naismith envisioned it so many years ago. Good man indeed. He had a great time with you on the Lakers Fast Break channel yesterday with his version of Clutch Talk and Lakers Corner. He is the mastermind behind both those channels. It is a good man indeed. You got to go ahead and check it out and subscribe today to both those great channels. It is John Costa, the president of the D'Angelo Russell fan club. Oh, turnover today. Several turnovers by LeBron, by D'Angelo. I don't know what those guys did on their days off, John, but taking care of the ball was not one of them. But still, despite all that, they finally found their mojo enough in the fourth quarter. LeBron started going to the basket. They started making their free throws. And in the end, that's all that matters. The Lakers get the W, no matter how bad it looked, John.
No matter how bad it looked, Joe, we ended up getting the W. And that is big time for us because of where we are at this point in this situation. I mean, at this point in the season, because of the situation that we've unfortunately put ourselves in. And then with as far as like what they've been doing over the 3-day break, I guarantee they weren't doing no ball handling drills because, guys, 21 turnovers is berserk.
Simple passes too.
It was insane. It was simple passes right here. Or like I witnessed us try to do so many skip passes tonight, where you where you just skip the easy pass that's right here to your left, and you try to go to the defender. I mean, to your player in the corner. And like the defense read that all night long. They read that all night long. We had so many skip passes that were just stupid, just silly turnovers. And what's crazy to me is like, the game was close, right? Like I'm pretty sure, I don't think nobody had bigger than a 9-point lead the whole game. So it was real back and forth, but it's like, if we would have even just cut that down in half, I mean, we averaged 13.7 on the dot. So I mean, like, even if we were to just like cut that in half, y'all, this could have been a drastically different game and could have been able to allow LeBron and AD maybe to get some rest. And it's little things like this that make a difference down the long haul. When time and time again, situations that we put ourselves in situations like this where it's like, yo, if we wouldn't have, made these silly turnovers, and first half, I believe here I took notes on my thing. We had 9 turnovers at the end of the first half, right? So, you come into the locker room, you gotta, as a coach, as the point guard, somebody gotta be like, yo, guys, we need to make it a point of emphasis to take care of the ball here in the second half. So these skip passes we're doing, when the easy passes right here, let's stop doing those. And honestly, clearly, nobody had that conversation. Nobody stepped up. And we ended the night with 21 turnovers. Absolutely ridiculous. And I guess for me to wrap it up for now, what I'll say is this game could have been over earlier, much, much earlier, if we would have played like how we at least usually do and not have 21 turnovers tonight and did what we did. But, Joe, I love the background.
He's now the Punisher in more ways than one. Who is he punishing? I won't say. But once again, it is the Lakers fast break. The Lakers do win 101-94. Anthony Davis, 23 points, 19 rebounds, 4 block shots, and 4 assists. He was the only one, Joe, I really thought that had a decent game. It just seemed like the Lakers were sluggish. Like you said, also as well, the way Nick Nurse with an undermanned team, not having Embiid in the lineup, still, to keep it this close, I think it just shows how much a superior coach the 76ers have over the Los Angeles Lakers, Joe.
Yeah, talent won tonight because Nick Nurse almost got his team to upset them tonight because of his press and traps. The press and the trap defense was what made the Lakers very uncomfortable tonight, which is why they were struggling protecting the ball. And the fact that the Lakers players are a mentally lazy team. And if you can exploit that by pressuring them even more, they don't like contact. No one on this team enjoys any contact. So the moment you make them feel uncomfortable, that's when you start seeing those lazy directional passes. Now, some of them were nice. D'Angelo Russell had one, I believe, in the fourth quarter to LeBron that was perfect. Might be a top 10 play of the
yeah, that was a good pass.
But the problem is it's two things. The team is mentally weak. number one. And then number 1A is there's no one there to hold them accountable. These may be adults, but they're not on the basketball court. They're not adults. They're like children. When you have children, you need to discipline children when they're not thinking and not doing things the correct way. Now, we live in a society where children apparently are adults to certain things. And
Cool,
then,
bro.
you know, it's the mentality is lost because we don't want to hurt people's feelings. Yeah. Okay. Here's what I'm going to make it very clear here. Okay. When someone screws up, especially adults by age, you need to talk to them or ream them or whatever the hell you got to do to tell them, stop making that pass. What compels you to make that pass? Why? Is the pressure bothering you? Give the ball up. Why is Max Christie taking the ball from the other side to the elbow with 3 people on him? What dumb shit has devised that kind of offense? And that's not the first time we see that. Tell me why. Because I'm so fixated on parts of the game, it's hard for me to just flow from first to second to third or fourth quarter. Tonight was worse because you had 3 dumb shits officiating the game that had no idea what the hell they were doing, that had no idea what a ball was, when the ball got out of a hand. I mean, come on. At some point, Adam Silver needs to take his head out of the sand while he's worried about all this gambling stuff that he created. And how about focus on at least the game making sense? Like momentum, like enjoyability, like get this goddamn game done in 2 hours so we're not sitting here wasting time. So why am I upset? I'll tell you why I'm upset, and I think it's very important to understand this if you want to get to know me. When I have my time wasted is when I get most angry. I'm not angry when someone does something stupid. I'm not angry when someone does something that might be devious. But if you waste my mother effing time, that's when I get really upset. Because the other 2 things, I just cut them off. I don't need to worry about that thing, especially if it's continuous. And I feel like I've been put in a position because we have a show and I enjoy it and I don't want to go anywhere. And I feel like I'm in a rut right now supporting this garbage that is the NBA.
Once again, it is the Lakers fast break. The Lakers do
When
win.
is this? Is it gonna get out there? I'm not doing this to waste breath. Can this get out there to the point where it'll matter? I don't know. Doesn't look like it. But maybe if we continue it, maybe if it resonates, maybe if it goes viral, I don't know. Will people stop watching it enough to where they'll change?
I think it's going to take a lot more than that personally. It's going to continued pressure by the public at large and by the NBA fans at large. But like you said, a lot is riding on it.
And you know what?
Well.
That's starting to make sense, sports baby. That's starting to make sense. Why do this isn't just from this show. I have met dozens of Australians. I don't know what it is about Australia, but we connect. I don't know what it is about Australia. It's like the exact opposites of the
Joe is Australian.
It's
Australian.
Exact opposite of the baby boomer generation. Baby boomers can't stand me. I don't know why. Australians, Aussies, every time I've met an Aussie, every time, not one time we didn't get along. Like right there, like that, the moment we met. What's going on in Australia? Is there 100 me's out there that I don't know about? What's going on over there?
Are you saying that Australia is the land of Joe Soros clones?
If that's the case, I need to take a trip to the Down Under.
The Dundee movies when I was growing up. That's as close as I've been to Australia.
Well, they keep asking you to go down there, man.
I'm gonna have to go down there.
We might have to do a show down there live. That would be an awesome experience.
That's a definite. That's gonna have to happen.
Xbox says move down under.
Yeah, I might have to. If California keeps going the way it's going, I might have to.
Man,
well, Sports Baby though already bought his lawn, So Joe would have no business then. Joe needs monetary reasons to be able, monetary incentive to go down there, to as far as to set up shop down there.
Well, hopefully there'll be other outlets that I can earn monetary situations that can expedite it.
Let's see what we could do on that. But John, getting back to you, my friend, again, this puts the Lakers still, it gives them a little bit more breathing room after the loss tonight by Golden State. It does give them an extra game to play with because they lost. Golden State did against Indiana. It's what the Lakers do with it. Let's see if they followed up with a win on Sunday before they head on the road trip, which is not going to be a fun road trip. No matter who we're playing in the Eastern Conference, normally it would be a breeze if you got regular days off. But as we've said at nauseum here, and Joe has said at nauseum, that this is going to be a very tough road trip, more than normal, because of the fact they have 2 back-to-backs and then only 3 days off the entire trip. So let's go ahead and make sure we finish off this homestand right with a win on Sunday as well, John.
Yes. We need to go ahead and take advantage of the fact that Tyrese Halliburton, honestly, he's cooled down a lot more. Prior to the and Sports Baby, I forgot Sports Baby's a big Pacers fan, so he's over here in the chat. I'm happy he's here to hear this because
Indiana had the win tonight.
Yes, they did have a big win tonight. But what I will say is, like, man, prior to if you go on ESPN, you can see like pre All-Star numbers and pre All-Star numbers, and then also post All-Star numbers. The difference of like Tyrese pre and post is, I'm not gonna lie, pretty crazy if you go look at it. I'd recommend everyone to go look at that for themselves. But what I would say is this: we got to take advantage of Tyrese kind of slowing down. I mean, he's still, assist machine, getting 10 plus a night or whatnot. But as far as his scoring, it's dropped off. And honestly, I think we're going to need to take advantage of that, because at this point, as like how we've said, we got to get every single win.
Did you miss Taurean Prince? He was not in the lineup tonight due to personal reasons. Did you miss him at all?
No, did not miss him at all. Miss him at all.
Never heard anyone in our chat at all during our entire 2.5 hours on playback, John, say we need Taurean Prince back in the lineup tonight.
I honestly
how that is.
Did miss him at all, and I don't think it's a coincidence the fact that got a good solid win without Taurean Prince out there. But one thing that I did want to add is want to show some love to Spencer Dinwiddie. Like, call me crazy, but this might be one of his best games he's had as a Laker, besides that one block he had when he helped us win the game. That was big. I appreciate that last block to help us win.
Frank noted something to us during the playback.tv and said that, he was really messed up by his time in Brooklyn. And I was thinking to myself, part of that article that he alerted me to, and I showed it to the audience, was that, he was, I guess, because he was starting just because there were certain reasons and certain things going on as far as his time and tenure in Brooklyn that really messed him up as far as his possibly his career. So he's trying to find his way back into the league. But again, this was one of his best games, John. The thing is, can he follow up on it? Or is it a case where we're starting to see the end of the line for Spencer Dinwiddie?
I mean, realistically, we're probably, starting to see the end of the line of Spencer Dinwiddie. I don't, if you're asking me to put money on the line as to if he can follow up with this, like, based on history, and if history repeats itself, then I'm going to go ahead and go with no, because he hasn't necessarily been the most consistent player for us. But I do think that, like, his I've said this a couple of times before, like, I do think that his fall and Christian Wood's fall from grace, or fall from whatever, however you want to say it, like, it's pretty crazy, because like just 2 years ago, or just a couple of years ago, Spencer Dinwiddie was supposed to be a big part of a team. Just 2 or 3 years ago, Christian Wood is supposed to be like Luka's pick and roll partner, like his right hand man. So it's crazy that those guys just go from top of the top to down here. I guess that's how the league goes. But But shout out Kurt. Kurt said, great show this past week. I'm glad you enjoyed, Kurt.
Yep. Excellent job. Again, I love it when you come on the show. It's a different voice. It's different thoughts on the day off. So yeah, it was an excellent show that you did. And you're always welcome to do it anytime you want, as far as having the Lakers Corner and Clutch Talk on our channel here at the Lakers Fast Break. But Joe, getting back to what we're seeing with the Lakers, again, it's looking more and more like, with 12 games left, that 9th place is probably where we're going to be. I know that a lot of Louis is in the chat saying, that the league is lining everything up for the Lakers to go far, because they're lining everything up for a matchup against OKC. And I'm thinking to myself, well, we have to get there first, because you have Curry and you have also as well Kevin Durant, and you have right now Sabonis, the AD killer, that are all right now in that area as far as the play-in contenders are concerned. So I'd say slow down on the talk of the Lakers getting to that point. We got to see more before we feel confident that that's going to happen, Joe. You're on mute.
I don't know how the NBA is clearing the way for the Lakers here.
It's just fan talk and all that. But yeah, Louis mentioned it earlier in the chat.
We're talking about a team that's playing 8 games on the road in their last 12 games, and in 6 of those straight road games, they have 2 back-to-backs and only 3 days off between March 26th and April 3rd. Yeah, I don't know about that. That doesn't make any sense. But the Lakers look like they're solidifying themselves at the 9, which would allow them to have the home game against Golden State. But then remember, they have to play the winner of the 7 and 8, which right now is looking like it's going to be either Dallas, Phoenix, and Sacramento. And
it's looking less and less like Dallas the way they're playing right now.
Well, Dallas has won 3 in a row. I'd say Phoenix is winning. They've won the last 2 games. Sacramento just lost. So I don't know. It seems like they keep kind of back and forth, kind of like the Lakers.
Yeah.
Brandon Ingram just got hurt, and he's going to be out 2 weeks. I don't know if something's going to happen there either. Lakers are going to have to play, in my eye, they're going to have to beat Golden State in that first round or that first game, and then they're going to have to beat Luka, Durant, or Sacramento. One of those 3 to get into the playoffs and get the number 8 seed, which right now Oklahoma City's got a game up in the loss column against the Denver Nuggets. If they end up facing Oklahoma in the first round, that's a win. That's a win, because they're not going to face the Nuggets should they win that series and win the second round series until the Western Conference Finals. Now, we have a dilemma here. The dilemma is Boston's won 8 in a row. Do we all feel like Boston's starting to separate themselves even from the West? Every time I think this, the East...
Not from the West.
Themselves. Yeah. So my worry right now is not the Lakers or the positioning. I'm worried about the Celtics, because if Jamal Murray gets hurt, that's the opening. Oklahoma City's not going to win a championship. Minnesota's not going to win a championship. Clippers are going to choke. Who's going to beat the Celtics? Can someone in the East do it? This is my worry right now. I'm not worried about anything else other than the Celtics. If the Celtics win the championship this year becomes 10 times worse. The LeBron AD era of inadequacy becomes 10 times worse, because now all that work that the Lakers did the last 4 years went down the tubes. The 2020 title goes down the tubes in a sense, because we were expecting after 2020 that we were going to get at least one more title to get to 18. And if the Celtics end up getting that before the Lakers, this thing becomes 10 times worse.
Lon said, go ahead. I was just want to say, Lon said they had a time winning even without Harden and Embiid. He talks about the Sixers competitive today, but go ahead, John.
No, I was actually going to say, Joe, it's funny that you mentioned that, because I often throughout the day. Well, I work from home, so I just like be having crazy wandering thoughts throughout the day, and it's 99% of the times basketball related. And I had a thought the other day. It's like, who can I really envision like in the finals? Because like how you say, Minnesota is good regular season. They're not going to be able to get there. Clippers, same thing. Feel the same way about 76ers. Feel the same way about the Knicks. Like all these teams that are really good around the league, um, like the Cavs and the Knicks and the Pacers and whatnot, Oklahoma City Thunder, the Timberwolves and the Pelicans. These are all like really good regular season teams, but I genuinely cannot see a single one going all the way to the finals, because going all the way to the finals means you have to be able to get past what is considered, at least in my opinion, the best team in each conference. And for the West, that's clearly the Denver Nuggets. Like they're just by and large, just like, I know the record doesn't say it, because I know they have 21 loss to the Oklahoma City Thunder's 20 loss, but there's just, in my opinion, I've seen them play. By and large, they're just the best team in the Western Conference, and the East, the Celtics on a runaway, and I just can't see anybody in the East messing with the Celtics, and I can't see anybody in the West messing with the Nuggets. And I just think it's like it's bound to happen. Like I think it's just bound to happen, right? Unless injuries go down, right? Unless injuries go down or something happens, I don't think that there's any other team that is going to be able to do it. I know Robert's saying the Heat, but I don't know, brother. Like I know they got that Heat culture, the Heat mentality, but I wouldn't put my money on the line on that. I'm not gonna lie. The Celtics look different this year with Kristaps. I'm not gonna lie. Like I know everybody says like they choke and whatnot, and Jason Tatum
that was a good move.
That was a great, and I know Jason Tatum does choke. Jason Tatum actually right now, for players who have gotten up at least 45 shots in clutch time, he is dead last.
But can Porzingis guard or slow down Jokic at all? If he can't, then that still doesn't change things, because I think the way that their forwards, Gordon and Porter Jr. match up against, they don't have to score both of them 25 each like Brown and Tatum do, but that they slow them down at all, because they've both got size and agility to go ahead and give Brown and Tatum problems. I think that also should not be understated as far as how those two can play defense against Boston. So I'd still if it goes all the way and both teams are healthy, I'm still choosing Denver over Boston. Not just because I'm a Lakers fan, but just because I think that Denver, when it has its mind right and it's focused, it's still the team to beat right now.
Yeah, no, and I agree with that too. I was just saying my pick as far as like going to the finals. I just can't see any other team besides the Nuggets and the Celtics. And then as far as Robert, he had mentioned that because he said he has so much experience and whatnot. He said that in the chat, but just in my opinion, this year with Kristaps, like the Celtics are looking so different that I don't think the run that the Heat had last year. And I mean, they did. Jason Tatum rolled his ankle first 3 minutes in Game 7, so makes a pretty big difference. But as far as yeah, if it was Celtics and Denver in finals though, yeah, I got Denver. Denver is just, by and large, like I just think when you come down to it, like you're not going to be able to beat them 4 games in a row. Like it's just not going to happen. It's just not going to happen.
So Joe, the next game on Sunday is against the Pacers. As we talked about before, as John mentioned, Tyrese Halliburton not playing at the same level he did before his injury. He's come back and he's kind of been all over the place and not shooting as efficiently. I mean, this Pacers team still a playoff team, but this is another victory. This should be where the Lakers can go ahead and, again, with just a few home games left, they need to capitalize on every one of them before they head out on the road.
If they play like they played tonight against Indiana on Sunday, they'll lose. So they got to step it up a little bit here. And
play like they did against them in the IST.
Play hard and give it everything you've got. And one play at a time.
Oh, he's going to cliche land. Watch out. Watch out.
No, sports baby. I haven't seen Roadhouse yet. I heard it was good though, which I'm a huge Swayze fan, so it's gonna be better be good.
Roadhouse. I know the Family Guy one. That one's funny.
Roadhouse is the perfect 80s movie.
Yes.
But I'm trying to understand the adjustments that need to be made from tonight's game. Is can the Lakers initiate the offense before pressure comes? Because that's one of their biggest weaknesses. Since they don't run any normal sets, they do on occasion get the ball down. They have been getting better at getting the ball down low, especially when Jackson Hayes is in there. They're able to get some kind of spread offense so that Jackson Hayes can have room to get the ball deep into the paint. Problem is with Jackson Hayes is he's not very he's not well-footed. His fundamentals and his footwork aren't really good. If his footwork was even average fundamentals, he could score 12, 13 points a game. But that's when I noticed that. And then they collapse more when AD's in there because for obvious reasons. So it's this thing where they're almost the defense almost lets Jackson Hayes get the ball because they think, well, we'd rather take our shot at him doing something and getting 2 points or missing than allowing anybody else to shoot threes. But then once he's out, and let's say the starting lineup is there, then they trap and press the ball handler, usually at the top of the 3-point area. It doesn't matter if it's dead set in the middle, to the right, to the left, and then they're passing backwards at that point. They don't have any quick hockey pass type adjustments there. So talking about what's recently been discussed is LeBron's IQ. Apparently LeBron thinks, and this is why, folks, we talk about LeBron and the negative side sometimes. He was quoted as saying things like people dubbed him some kind of a genius. If you're going to call yourself a genius, especially after watching Larry Bird, Magic Johnson, Bill Walton, these guys play basketball, fundamentally sound freaks, you better be able to. I don't know if I even want to get into this. LeBron, if you're a genius, how about tell your team how to adjust to pressure? If you're a genius, you should be able to understand that certain guys shouldn't be having the ball when they're having the ball, and make sure when you're initiating the offense, you adjust to what the other team's doing. If you want to, I'd like to think that Austin Reeves and D'Angelo Russell, we know that they're not good on defense, but would you say they can handle the ball at least? Yeah. Okay. So if you can handle the ball, I think you could pass the ball to certain spots or certain people so that you get yourself out of unfortunate situations, which is what kept happening. It's not a coincidence that the Lakers had 21 turnovers tonight. It was pressure. It was pressure, and their minds and their ability in their minds tend to get lazy even when they're being pressured. Usually they're lazy when they're not pressured. They really get lazy or they panic when there is pressure. Therefore, they were creating turnovers by the 21. We're gonna need to, Sixers had no other way to play basketball. All they do is shoot threes. They're a lousy basketball team without Joel Embiid. So all you got was 3-point shots and them pressing you. That's what average teams do, is they start using their effort to help. But the talent usually wins no matter what in games like this, which is what the Lakers did. But take this game, I feel like I'm talking to a wall. I don't know if this is not going to matter, but take this game and make sure you don't repeat it on Sunday. If you repeat this on Sunday, Indiana will shoot your ass out of that game and you will lose because Indiana can shoot. I figured I'd get a quiet response because it's quiet in my own head. I don't think anybody in LA is going to understand what I'm saying. I'm talking about the people with the Lakers.
Once again, it is the Lakers fast break. The Lakers do win. Hopefully they're listening to this 101-94. John,
I have an update, folks.
Okay.
Jay, I'm sorry to interrupt. Jay mentioned it, and there's been some discussions about Gabe Vincent and Jared Vanderbilt coming back. This was about a week ago, I believe. Folks, I believe we discussed this, or at least I did, to you guys earlier in the month.
Already this week, they're still in individual workouts.
Okay, folks, the word is already coming out that they're not going to be back this year. They're not. I'll say it now at 10:43 p.m. Pacific Standard Time on March 22nd, 2024. Gabe Vincent and Jared Vanderbilt are not coming back this year. So I'm for sure the regular season. I'm positive first round, play in first round. If they were to come back, or at least Jared Vanderbilt, which still suspect, maybe the Western Conference Finals or the finals. But I'm actually going to stick with my guns and say those guys are both out for the year.
Because they're not playing 5-on-5 yet.
No,
so
they're done. They're done. The failure.
Well, speaking of done, JHS, who had back surgery yesterday,
I don't care about him.
Out of nowhere,
He
announced that the Lakers.
He was done the second I saw that that billiards green jacket turd that it was wearing on draft day. That should have been a sign to Rob Pelinka and that dipshit next to him. If you guys saw the video that I sent, by the way, the link.
Oh, by the way, you don't think that with the sparkling 1 point average he got this season? Oh, I'm sorry, 1.6, that there's no potential there?
I remember there was another guy that had 1.6 point average before we acquired him.
Mm-hmm.
His name was Timothy Mozgov. That was his average during that playoff run when Cleveland won.
Well, this was the entire season. That's what his average was for the entire season. 1.6.
Yeah. Lakers love those 1 point average guys, don't they?
Yeah.
Yeah.
JHS failed miserable season.
JHS works hard, Gerald. Come on. He works hard.
Yeah, he works hard. That's great. He's doing great in the G League, or he was.
Go work hard, folks. I always love that cliche. Work hard and you'll get what you want. Just keep on going. Yes. Do it. Do it hard.
Well, it is the Lakers fast break. The Lakers do win 101-94. John, JHS aside, again, we found out yesterday, just like out of the blue, that he has a bulging disc and needed surgery on it, and so he's out for the rest of the season, capping off a terrible season for him. But for the Lakers, they had 3 days off, and LeBron tonight noted that with the rarity of 3 off days, according to Mike Trudell, the guys, quote unquote, didn't have legs and their rhythm was off, citing the turnovers and missed shots. But because of the defense in the second half, with only 42 points that they gave up to 76ers, they got the job done tonight, John. They've got the job done, according to LeBron, even though, again, their rhythm was off and they didn't have the legs after 3 days off. This late in the season.
Yeah, there's absolutely no excuse as to not having legs after getting 3 days off, and especially when, our record's been pretty comfortable to us prior to I guess what's coming up here. But real quick, just because I'm not the host and I don't want to lose the.
No, Rob was going to ask you about what Robert's question. Go ahead.
Exactly. So I just want to get to Robert's question. So Robert said, what do I think the Lakers record will be in these last 12 games? We have Indy. Not gonna lie, I feel about Indy. So I feel like we'll take Indy. and this is also going to be me being a little optimistic. I'm not going to lie. So I'm going to go ahead and give us a dub on Indy. The Bucks. I don't know. I don't think we got the Bucks number. We're going to get Memphis. Now Indy again. Here's what I've said. NBA players, they are the most petty human beings on earth. Like, they remember things. Like, if you beat an NBA team, you got to be like dramatic. You got to be drastically better than an NBA team to continuously beat them over and over and over and over again, i.e. what the Denver Nuggets do to us. But NBA players, they don't like taking losses, consecutively to one team. So I think we're going to lose that second Indy game. We're going to be able to beat the Nets. Toronto feel the same way. Wizards, we better beat the Wizards. Cavs, man, that Cavs one is gonna be tough. Minnesota, I'll take Minnesota. I'll take Warriors. Memphis will get, and then
So what do you think? 6-6, 7-5, 8-4?
Yeah, I'll take. Let's go with 8-4. Let's go with 8-4. Feeling
Okay,
good.
I don't think that possibly, because again, there's a couple back-to-backs in there and only 3 days off. I'll say 7-5. I know Joe doesn't like to make predictions, but we'll leave it at that. But it is the Lakers fast break. Joe's coming up here in 12 minutes for his nightcap, Lakers nightcap with Joe Sorrell. But before we head on out, Joe, again, very important game still for the Lakers coming up on Sunday against Indiana, in order to provide a little bit more breathing room between them and a surging Houston, who, if they win one more game and if Golden State loses one more game, it's going to get really close they're in. But even that, I digress on that, because Golden State is still within range of the Lakers, and all it takes is a bad loss against Indiana to change things around.
I'm not really thinking about the Rockets at this point. Although what I am a little puzzled at. I'm going to be curious to see what Golden State does here also with the Lakers in the offseason. Those are two intriguing teams on what their next assignment's going to be. Are any of them going to have enough of a sack to make the hard decision? They're gonna have to, both organizations, both are going to need to make a decision on whether they want to keep shoveling, what, into the waters. I don't know how that's going to play out. If the Rockets end up winning and getting the 10th spot, might actually be worried more about the Rockets than Golden State. But I just want the season to end. Honestly, that's all I can think about. I feel like the season has been one of the more unenjoyable seasons that I can remember. I didn't go into the season thinking anything other than, well, this is probably their last run here, which probably is still. And they have not shown any initiative in being an enjoyable team. And the NBA product has played a huge part in adding more misery to that. I'm just not enjoying what's being presented, because it's a lazy league. It's not just the Lakers that are doing this. It's so many other teams. Just watch the Sixers playing today. If you guys didn't watch the game tonight and you have some time, you can fast forward through the commercials and all the deadhead referee bullshit that was going on tonight. You'll be able to watch just how pathetically run a team is these days. And Nick Nurse is a good coach. So maybe we being hard on the coaches should be even harder. Why are these coaches allowing all this to happen? Is it because the owners have to kiss the ass of these prima donnas, these wussies who sit for a week when they have a hangnail? Is that what it is? Are people really watching the NBA because of Tyrese Maxey, Ben Simmons, Joel Embiid? I know 20 people right now in my circles that don't know who the hell Joel Embiid is. They knew who Michael Jordan was. They knew who Charles Barkley was. They knew who Shaq was. They knew who Kobe was. So who's watching the NBA? Is it just gamblers? The gamblers were gambling before. So now who is it? Is it Grandma Ethel that's sitting in Hemet, California, gambling online that we don't know about? Like, how are people watching this product? We're watching it because we're sports people. But who's watching this? That's what I want to know. Because it's become an incredible waste of time. And my negativity is seeping into every being of myself. And it's just like, I don't know what else to say. I got to be honest. How can we make this enjoyable? You're supposed to have Anthony Davis and LeBron James, your two transcendent players, and they're boring as shit to watch. Making plays that second-year players make.
It is the Lakers winning 101-94 in this game tonight that was very ugly to watch. And of course, the referees.
Is he really Australian? Sports baby?
Who?
That guy's not Australian. That guy must have. Was he
Ben
born
Simmons?
there?
Yes, I believe he was.
Look, man, I was born in Royal Oak, Michigan, but I don't claim to be Detroit, 8 Mile, 9 Mile, 5 Mile. You know, what's up? Midwest, what's up?
Yeah, he's born in Melbourne.
Okay, so he's born in Melbourne, but he was raised in where?
I would say Australia. Or did he play through the ranks here?
That guy's as Australian as Napoleon. Like, seriously, how does that work?
It is the Lakers fast break. We are trying to finish this out. Just truly appreciate you doing so.
With that, I'm going to check out here. Get ready for the nightcap.
Yes.
I got to go get my drinks.
Yes.
And
on that note, yes,
folks, I will. What do they say?
See you on the nightcap.
How do you say that French? Since we're talking about Napoleon,
I bid you adieu.
Adieu. Yes. There you go.
Yes, adieu. Adieu.
All right.
The worse you try to say it, the better it comes off. So there you go.
That's funny.
Adieu. It is Joe Soro, the Punisher himself. He'll be on in a few minutes with the Lakers nightcap. So Hernan, you can have your shots here coming up so you can eat that Thrifty's ice cream. Big shout out to Thrifty's ice cream. I know they're not a sponsor. Please sponsor us if you like. But Thrifty's ice cream does rock. I've had it since I was a kid at the actual Thrifty drugstores to give you an idea how old I am. But yes, I have Thrifty's ice cream here in Vegas, several locations, and it's always good when I have it. So Eric says that was ugly. Great to have you here. It was ugly. It was a terrible, terrible basketball game to watch, but the Lakers do come out with the victory, 101-94. Once again, the Lakers are now 38-32. They are ninth place, now a game and a half in front of the Golden State Warriors. They are still 3 games back in the loss column behind Sacramento, which actually they lose the tiebreaker, so you might as well consider it 4 games behind them. But Phoenix and then also Dallas as well. So, yeah, they've still got their work cut out for them. There's still 12 games left. I don't expect them to move up, to be honest with you, because of the fact that there's so much of a difference still with just 12 games left, and the Lakers have to go out on road on that tough road trip again with only 3 days off the entire road trip. So we'll see what happens, but we'll be here for it each and every time out. Of course, we had a great time on playback.tv/Lakers Fast Break. Hopefully you joined us on that for the simulcast. It was a lot of fun, but it is the Lakers taking the win tonight, even despite all the ugliness that the Lakers had tonight, as far as all the turnovers, over 20 turnovers tonight, but still getting the job done. Defensively, they did play a lot better in the second half, limiting the Philadelphia 76ers to only 42 points, but they were obviously challenged without Embiid and lineup. And you see the problems that they have without Embiid because he makes it so much easier for them on the Philadelphia side to go ahead and manipulate the offense from there. But the Lakers do pull it out 101-94. Looking forward to hearing Joe tonight talk more at length about the game, plus also as well some other thoughts. Maybe you guys should go ahead and get some thoughts on the Dodgers. I don't think he's going to be running the stream on playback. He's always welcome to if he wants to, but unfortunately, I don't think he's going to stay up that late tonight. Eric says gamblers who look at their numbers, it's becoming an issue. It's becoming a source of conversation about the league, not just the NBA, but the NFL. It's just how we are perceiving the games due to sports gambling. But right now, as we all know, the dollar sign means more than what the integrity of the game is right now, because right now the integrity of the game is being injured, hampered, distorted, whatever you want to say, because of all the things that are going on in the league, and obviously the air and the stench of certain things in regards to gambling and what it associates with is also kind of troubling indeed. But again, if the league wants the money, they've got the money, they've got the interest. So we'll see what happens in weeks and months to come as far as this game is concerned. But as for tonight, and as far as I think it's a representative of what we've seen since the turn of the calendar year, and the league has come out hard on the referees, asking them to change the way they ref and perceive a game, and they've done that, and I think this is the byproduct of it. Another terrible game to watch, but it was a victory for the Lakers, so that obviously that part of it makes us happy. 101-94, but looking forward to hearing your thoughts this weekend on the game, and of course also as well what coming up for what's going on with the Indiana contest coming up on Sunday. Frank says Gobert was right about gamblers influencing the NBA. Coincidentally, refs gotten worse when NBA partnered with gambling sites. They weren't great to begin with, Frank, but yes, I can definitely agree with you that the refereeing has not gotten any better at all and has gotten worse indeed. At least it's not as viable or watchable product like this. I thought it was actually a lot funner to watch earlier this season with all the scoring up and down. Yes, they weren't playing defense, and that was a little bit irritating, but at least they were able to go ahead and be able to provide a better product than what we're watching now. Joe, you're going to go ahead on Talk Studio and Streamlabs to go ahead and...
Am I going Streamlabs or am I going StreamYard?
You're going Streamlabs, Talk Studio, my friend.
I don't see it. I don't see where our stuff is though.
It's should be there on Talk Studio, so it's right there. I'm looking at it. I set it up for you earlier today.
Why am I not? Why is this show not logged in though?
It shows Talk Studio, Streamlabs. There's Lakers Nightcap with Joe Soro, March 24th, 11 p.m. 11 p.m. All right, it's right there for you. Thrifty's is Rite Aid now. Yeah, I know, Eric, it's Rite Aid now, but Thrifty's ice cream is the best. I mean, that's how good it was when I was a kid as far as a Thrifty drugstore, and you had the ice cream there. And it's because they've been able to solicit that name out. Now that's, they've got Thrifty ice cream stores all over the place now. Welcome to Ice Tea Support with Gerald and Joe. Yes.
I don't see it anywhere, G.
It's right there on Talk Studio.
I'm in Streamlabs. I'm in Streamlabs. I don't see it.
You all got to go in as me. You do remember you have to go in as me, not as you. IT support with Gerald.
So what's I don't even know what the hell the login is anymore.
Oh my God. All right. This is great live broadcasting here. It is, of course, Joe Soro along with me, Gerald Glassford. Thanks so much for watching, listening. Truly appreciate it. Let me go ahead and I'll get you the information here. Of course, I won't tell everybody on the air, but I will go ahead and pass along that information for Joe right there. Yes, coming up right now. That's the actual, it's on your Johnny Blade. Yes, right there. So yes, Blade, Johnny Blade, your alter ego. Yes.
What did you call me?
Johnny Blade. Your alter ego.
Yeah.
That's the login. You should have an...
with all these damn setups, what do you want me to do?
damn setups indeed. But once again, as soon as Joe gets
Send
in
me
there,
the number.
all right, I'll send you the number right now. Let me get it right here for you. Hold on. I'm waiting. There it is. Okay, there you go. Let me send this to you here in a few seconds here. That's just going to send it to you now. To Johnny Blade. If you ever want to get a hold of Joe on Facebook, it's Johnny Blade right there for you. There you go. Empire Jeff TV, great to have you there. Absolutely. So Joe has found his way onto Talk Studio. He is going to find his way into the nice studio that I've already set up for him for tonight. And there he goes. All right. There he goes. So I'm going to go ahead and not get everybody confused on what's going on. He is logged in. He's getting ready to go right now. It is, of course, Joe Soro. He is on tonight, coming up here in just a second on the Lakers Fast Break with the Lakers Nightcap. Yes, he can't learn. I'm glad he provides so much entertainment for you guys out there, because absolutely it's Joe learns green screen and forgets everything else. Yes. It's not like he hasn't done this like 10 times this month, Jeff. It's not like he hasn't done it. It's not like he hasn't used Streamlabs and Talk Studio 10 times this month. It's not like I don't gift wrap the actual room he needs to go to every single time. Well, yeah, wait, it is. I do gift wrap for him. Oh, wait, he has been on running his shows 15 times this month. Yeah. JSJ says learning technology with Joe Soro, indeed. Current Affairs says Joe just learned there's internet. Yes. Are the internets available? Yeah, absolutely. But it is Joe Soro. Looking forward to hearing him here in just a second. Come up on the air, waiting for him to go ahead and be live. He is live. That means I'm heading out of here. Hopefully I will be able to go on his show as soon as I upload this to our audio audience. So definitely looking forward to seeing you there on the Nightcap. Yeah, he still uses MapQuest. Oh, Empire Jeff, he still uses the Thomas guide. He's flipping through the pages. That's what he uses. But it is the Lakers Fast Break. It is Joe Soro, John Costa. Thanks so much to them. Also as well, Gerald Glassford. Thanks again for watching. Listen, truly appreciate it. I did not hear for the Lakerholics. We'll try to provide you something this weekend on Saturday. If it's not the Lakerholics, it'll be probably Joe and I tomorrow night right here for you at the Lakers Fast Break Podcast.